What's up and welcome back, guys. I am your host, GeekNerdy, and Happy New Year's. I hope everyone had a great great New Year's Eve, bringing in the new year. I brought in the new year alone, sleep in bed, so Happy New Year. Um, let's see. Today I wanted to talk about basically self-sabotage. To me, self-sabotage is I'm one of those people pleaser type of people. So if I feel like, I don't know, let's just say you are unhappy with something that I've done, or you are unhappy with like something in your environment. I'm just one of those types of people that I'll try and make the situation better, or I'll try to talk you into removing yourself from that situation, or I don't know, like just get you away from that space, get your mind off of that to give you something else to think about. And I really feel like people that are constantly trying to make other people happy are self-sabotage. They're self-sabotaging themselves because to me, when you're constantly trying to appease other people, it's very hard to make yourself happy. Because you feel like, oh, if they're happy when I'm around them, then I'll be happy. But that's not really the truth. Because sometimes you'll get around them and there's no way to make them happy. And so, what are you going to do? You're going to think about any situation that can make that person happier, or any situation that'll get that person away from, anything that's dealing harm to them or dealing damage to their mental, to their health, anything like that. Because all you want to do is make sure they're safe and happy. But that's really self-sabotage, because there's nothing you can do to make sure, to literally know in and out that someone is going to be happy about a situation, because there's no way to make someone happy. You can make them smile, you can make them feel better, but at the end of the day, the only way to be happy, to me, the only way to be happy is to try to be happy yourself. If you can't be happy yourself, then someone else trying to make you happy will not work. With me, myself, when other people try to make me happy, I mean, it's comforting. I mean, of course, everybody's not going to see it from my point of view, but it's very comforting when somebody tries to make you happy, or try to understand your situation and help bring you through it, or just be there for you. But the thing about somebody else trying to make me happy is that I know that I'm the only one that can make me happy, because being happy is, to me, is an emotion. If it's not an emotion, then let me know. But it's an emotion. All emotions come and go. You're not one emotion constantly. You can't be constantly happy. You can't be constantly sad. Your emotions steady fluctuate depending on your situation, depending on the time of day sometimes, depending on the date, because you don't know, maybe you had someone pass away on that day. Maybe, I don't know, it's a day that when you were a child, something bad happened to you, and so it brings that memory back. Or any bad situation that's connected to a date. Just like how people be like 9/11, when 9/11 comes around. Just imagine all the people that lost their family members and stuff on their day, and then of course you're going to be sad on their day because you lost someone you loved, or even if you don't think about it, someone's going to bring that date up. Like, there's no way to constantly be happy or to make someone happy. That's why it's self-sabotage to me, because you're just putting yourself in a bad situation mentally. Because if you think in your head that you can make someone happy, then you're very incorrect. You're just very incorrect. Because even when someone finds someone that they love, or someone that they marry, or their significant other or something, that person doesn't make them happy constantly. There's always something about someone that you may dislike or that they'll do, and it won't make you happy. I mean, maybe they will make you upset. Maybe they'll make you sad. Maybe you'll get irritated because you feel like, they're doing something that you discussed previously, and it's just okay. Like, at this point, it's just like, okay. And that's how you get when you're a people pleaser or a self-sabotager, because to me those go hand in hand. If you people pleasing, then you're constantly sabotaging yourself. You're sabotaging yourself on purpose. And it took me a long time to realize that. And now it's like, I know I talked about people being selfish, but sometimes you have to realize that always looking out for others and then finally looking out for yourself is not selfish. If you've always had someone else on your mind, or making sure somebody else gets something done on your mind, or just helping others, like, even if that's your job, even if you're a nurse or something like that, if you actually do your job, because I know some nurses who don't, because I've worked in nursing homes 8 to 9 years, and I know some nurses who don't do their jobs. I know some CNAs who don't do their jobs. I know med-aides who don't do their job. But the thing is that when you work in an environment where your job is literally helping someone all day long, then when you finally get off, you should have that time to yourself. You should want time to yourself. You can't make yourself happy, but I mean, you can find ways to make you feel better in the moment. Like, some people, they sit down and they'll watch a show and they'll be good. They will be good. They'll be in their own little space. Like, I don't know how to explain this correctly, because some people, it's small stuff that makes them happy. Like being able to watch their favorite show, or being able to play their favorite game, or just being able to have, conversations with people. Some people, as long as they can have a deep, meaningful conversation with somebody, it'll make them happy, or it'll alleviate some of the stress. Let's put it like that. Because happiness is just alleviating your stress. Because every single day is a stressor. You wake up, there's something on your mind. There's something that you have to do. There's somewhere that you have to go. There's someone that you have to talk to. Like, every single day. And so, happiness is not really a thing. It's just relieving the stress that you already have on you. Like, as a kid, I feel like happiness probably was a thing at a certain age, because you have no responsibilities, you have nothing to do besides, be yourself, be a kid, get free stuff handed to you because you're a child, most of the time anyway, because everybody doesn't have those opportunities and stuff. But there's no happiness once you get older. There's just stress relief. Literally, like, that's all you can get or give, is a relief to someone. Like, when you sit down and you take hours out of your time and watch a movie or something, that's just basically a relief from life. It's a relief from you having to do responsibilities, you having to be a parent or be social or be just, you're able to be you in that moment without having to do anything extra. You can just sit there, be you, watch a movie, don't be in your head about anything, take your time. And then once that movie's over, I mean, you're like, okay, we back here. Like, why am I back on this planet? Like, after I get through watching Avengers or some shit, I'm like, really? Here, this is the place where I'm at. This is the place. Here. No powers, no nothing. Like, it's so relieving to be able to live somebody else's world or live somebody else's fictional world. Like, when you read a book, fictional, fantasy, crime, whatever, you're in a whole nother place. You're in a whole nother world, and that's what people like. Because it's a relief. You get to get away for a time. That's why people go on vacations and stuff, because every single day is stress. And then you finally get to get away on a vacation. I mean, a vacation is stressful too, because you have to plan it. You have to go and make sure everything's doing right, and then you get on your plane, you get there, and then you still got to make sure your room is right, you got to make sure everything is okay, and then you got to make sure all your plans is gonna happen. I mean, unless you just go on vacation and just go chill. Other than that, most people have like agendas for their vacation. Like, oh, we're gonna go here, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. But the thing is that you have to think about the fact that you're trying to get away from actually having to do work, and you planning a vacation is actually a job. And you being on vacation, but still having to deal with scheduling and making sure you get here and get there by this time and that time, that's stress. Like, that's not really a vacation just because you have a free day. I guess it is. You're out of town. Town or state or wherever, and you're not as stressed. I mean, I guess that's good stress, because it's the stress that you want, because it's a relief at the same time. Because once you come back, reality is just a whole stressful situation all on its own, and making people happy, self-sabotage, they literally go hand in hand to me, because there's no mental or physical way to make another person happy. If they choose to be upset about something, or if they choose to not want to discuss things with you, or if they choose to feel like it's not necessary to talk about, be like, I'm good, I'm okay. I mean, if you feel that way, but that's not what I see. Like, you saying one thing, but it look like you over here stressing out, baby. Like, are you good? Are you okay? Like, and people will sit there and lie to you instead of telling you the truth. I know some people, they'll do it because in that moment they can't actually talk about it, or they don't feel like it's in them to talk about it, and so they'll choose another time to bring the subject back up, or bring whatever's been bothering them back up. But to me, caring and appreciating somebody is literally the best you can do at trying to make someone happy. Because, and I know a lot of people take caring about them the wrong way, because I don't think everybody understands that if I tell you to text me when you get somewhere, or text me when you leaving, or just basically you're asking for updates. I mean, Because if you care about somebody, of course you want to know that they leaving from point A and that they arrived at point B. You want to know that information. It's not that you're being overprotective. It's not that you're being overbearing. None of that. Just like when somebody's upset, you want to know what's wrong if you care about them. You want to know what the issue is because you want to relieve their stress. You want to make it some type of better. But everybody doesn't work the same, and that's why you have to try and see the side that the person is coming from. But at the same time, if that person is not looking from two sides, from both sides of the mirror, like, then they can't, it won't help you to try and look for both sides of the mirror. Even though, if that's the type of person that you are, where you check and make sure that, you know, where I see it my side, my way, blah, 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 blah. But then you like, okay, well, I see it their way. I understand why they want to do what they want to do, blah, 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 blah. But then it's like, okay, if I'm the only one doing double the work and you're just happy, you know, up here doing your multiplication tables, and I'm over here doing calculus, baby, we in two different books. Like, can we get on the same page of the same book? Can we bring this together? Can we? Because if you're not going to try and learn what I already know, or I'm still learning, then why? Like, why come in to my space? Why make things unhappy for others? Like, some people, they don't understand that they can be the stress in your life without even knowing it. A lot of people are used to operating on their own time, their own space, with their own people. But then you get around them and it's like a me contest. And you're just like, okay, well, I'm already about you. So when I get around you, shouldn't you try and make it about me? Because if I'm already going to ask you, how was your day? What were you doing? Like, do you feel okay? Like, if I'm asking you all these questions to check up on you, then why are you talking about you? See, that's why when you're trying to make other people happy, it's literally sabotaging yourself. Because you're trying to make them happy, but at the same time, that same person is trying to make themselves happy. And if they're only trying to make themselves happy, then you'll never get happiness because you're trying to make them happy and nobody's worried about you. It's literally self-sabotage because I'm worried about me and you're worried about me. So at the end of the day, nobody has your back. So when you do your little trust file or whatever the fuck, ain't nobody picking you up. Cause you gonna fall and you gonna hit the floor. And ain't nobody gonna pick you up. Cause your hands already out to pick somebody else up. You gotta think about that. If your hands already out for them, when you fall back and they hands out in front of them, who they picking up? They gonna have their hands open and ready to pick themselves up in case they fall. But you're holding your hands out to catch them in case they do fall. You're making sure they're not. You're watching their feet in case they teeter-totter or something. You just, bitch, hold on now. This is my baby. But then, at the same time, they like, okay, I'm my own baby. So, I got me. You just figure out a way to get you. Baby, if I'm caring about you, shouldn't you be caring about me? Shouldn't you be worried about oh, okay, well, baby don't feel right, or best friend got a situation going on. It don't matter which relationship. It could be you and your mama, you and your daddy, you and your best friends, you and your cousins, brother, sister, whatever the fuck. If you got your hands out ready to catch them and they not trying to, they in front of you already, because clearly you have your hands out. If you running a race and somebody's in front of you, why are you trying to help them? You got your hands out waiting for them to fall. Bitch, you're behind them already. What if you fall? You're going to have to use your own two hands, pick yourself up, and they still going. Because when they in front of you, they can't see behind themselves because they not checking. They are not checking on you. So you have to remember that you're self-sabotaging yourself. You're already in a race all on your own. You're in a race to be able to do what you want to do, figure out who you want to be, make the money you want to make, all of this. Without being in any relationships. At all whatsoever. I hope y'all can hear my stomach because it's growling right now. It's like 7 a.m. Damn, it's like 7:30 a.m. I'm supposed to be working out and drinking my protein shake, but I really want to make this movie. This movie, bitch. We making movies now? Is that what 2021 gonna bring, bitch? A movie? Hold on. Anyways, y'all. Running a race with people already in front of you and you trying to catch them will never help you. Ever. If you're already behind, you feel like you're behind in something, and then somebody turns around and be like, oh, you want to go with me on this day? Or you want to go do this with me this day? Or sometimes you got to remember that, oh, well, baby, I already feel behind. You don't have to say this to them. But if this is in your head, like, I already feel behind, like, it's not even me time. I need construction time, baby. Construction, because we're building. We're building from the ground up while y'all over here halfway done. No, I'm okay. I am okay. I'm going to let you continue to build your building. And I'm continue to build my building. Self-sabotage my ass. We're not doing that no more. Now 2021. Y'all have a good year. GeekNerdy out. I love all of y'all. Make sure not to be sad today. Remember, trying to make others happy is self-sabotage. It just is. It really and truly is. Because if that person is not trying to make you happy in return, then basically you're giving out what you can't receive. I mean, you may have it to give, or feel like you may have it to give, because sometimes you feel like you're the strong one. I have it down. I can give it to you because I already have it, or something similar to that. But no, you don't already have it if nobody else has your back. Because I know from being in this world 31 years that a lot of people don't have your back even when they say they do. Words are only words until actions happen. That's literally what it is. If your actions and your words are two different things, then I'm gonna need you to use your brain and figure out what the fuck is going on.